In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to post to Instagram. It does not get more basic than this, and chances are that you probably already feel like you understand the process. But if you feel like you aren't getting the engagement you want, or maybe you're not sure if there are things you should be doing differently when you're posting for your business account, hopefully this will be helpful. Go ahead and grab the handy printout for this tutorial. This one actually is 2 pages. I got a little carried away. All the rest of them are 1 single page, but it's a nice little cheat sheet to kind of reference as you get started. So let's dive in. This tutorial is going to walk you through how to add a new post to Instagram. And although this might seem really basic and perhaps you feel pretty confident that you know how to do this, you might also just want to follow along with this to see if there's anything that you could be doing differently or any important steps as a business owner that you might be skipping that could be helping your posts get more engagement or exposure. So go ahead and open up the Instagram app. And to add a new post to our profile, we're going to hit the little plus sign that appears down here in the bottom center. And once you hit that, it's going to go ahead and automatically open up the content adder, and it's going to pull this first picture from your camera roll and place it here because it's going to assume that's what you want to post. But if that's not what you want to post, you can go ahead and select between different photos that are on your camera roll. And like I said, this is accessing your main camera roll on your phone or tablet currently. However, if you look up here at the top center, you'll see some text that says all photos. And if you go ahead and click on that, it'll actually give you a drop down of all of the albums on your device. And you could go ahead and select from your favorites or videos or screenshots or whatever it might be. So that can be a really good way to organize your photos and access certain ones quickly. So just know that that is an option. But we're going to go ahead and go down here and just select this picture of Walter to use. Down here at the bottom, you also have 3 options. You can click on this center one for photo, and that will open up your camera so you can take a photo. Or you could select video over here on the far right, which will open up your camera into video mode, which will allow you to take a video in real time. Up across the screen here, we also have 4 little icons, and those are going to give us some different options as well. This one here is going to allow us to do different orientations. So let's say that this photo was more of a portrait or landscape type shape, and I didn't want to post it square. I wanted to post it more so you could see the entire frame as a portrait layout. I would click this little icon here. So that lets you toggle between landscape, portrait, or square. The next one here to the right that looks like the little infinity symbol will open up the Boomerang app and allow you to shoot a boomerang video, which are those short little 3-second videos. They kind of look like a GIF if you're familiar with those. The next one over here will create a layout. And this is something I don't recommend doing for personal accounts or business accounts, but it just creates like a grid where you could layer multiple photos in kind of a gridded format. And then this one on the far right is kind of a cool, newer-ish feature on Instagram, but it's the carousel option, and it will allow you to add multiple photos into one post, which is kind of neat. So it creates almost like a little photo album that people can then swipe through by swiping to the left on the feed, and they can see multiple photos from you. So to do that, you just highlight the option there, and then down in here, you can click on the different photos that you want to add to this album, and you can see it's numbering them, so that's the order. So whatever photo 1 is the photo that'll show up first in the feed, and also it'll show up as the main photo in your profile, and then anything after that, 2 through 10, will show up kind of in an album, so people will have to swipe to see those. So I'm going to go ahead and deselect that. I'm going to go back to this photo of Walter. And we're going to use this as an example here to just go through kind of an example post. So now in the upper right-hand corner, you can see this blue text that says next. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And now this next page is going to be where you can do a bunch of editing. Usually I try to have my photos edited and ready to go before I even open them up into Instagram. But Instagram does give you some built-in filters that you can apply. We could switch this to black and white if we wanted. Down here at the bottom, you'll see the words filter and the word edit. You can also switch over to edit if you want. And that will give you kind of manual control over how to adjust the brightness or the contrast or turn up the saturation. And if I'm going to edit a photo in Instagram, I usually prefer to do it in here and kind of manage it on my own rather than applying any of the filters. But once you have the photo edited and looking the way you want, all we're going to do is click next in the upper right-hand corner one more time. And now this will open up to this little area where you can add all different types of information. So here we can type in our caption, and I have one ready, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste it. Down below it, I can tag people. So you might want to tag any brands that are pictured in it. I'm going to tag Walter. I can also add a location, and that will give this photo kind of a geographical tag, so people might see it if they are looking at photos in Copenhagen. So I can go ahead and tag it in Copenhagen. And then I can also share it to any other accounts that are connected to mine, which I'm going to opt not to do. And then to post it to my account, all I do is hit share up in the upper right-hand corner. And that's it. That's the basics for posting to Instagram. I am not going to share this one live, so we're going to go ahead and end the tutorial there. But I hope that that gave you kind of just a basic overview of how to get your content up, some of the tagging features that you might want to do, and how to add the different content in the proper areas.